This is the inspection of the seawall in Paul's parents' house. See, this is the first piling. It's got a crack. It's on the corner of between the two units. The radius, as you can see, is gone under the water, and I think there's sediment down there. Let me look. Yeah, there's some sediment down there. See this cracking here? Needs to be redone. Very brittle. As you can see, very easy to chip it away. Again, another crack over here. You can see the rebar rust coming through. It's got to be... You can see it's very brittle. Look at that. Needs to be repaired. That's rebar rust coming through. We're going to do the top side. There's another radius broken here. You can see, and sediment comes through and a cracking in the actual pile. So that's all not very difficult repair. Again, here you can see the radius is basically away from the wall, which means it doesn't listen to it. Completely hollow. You can see on the bottom of the piling. Sediment coming through. Another longitudinal crack right there. Needs to be ground a little bit. Somebody tried to apply on the outside cement, and that's not very constructive. You got to kind of gouge it in a little bit and then go in with special silicone cement that seals it in. We have another issue here. Look at this. Look at this. I could do it with my finger. Forget about that. And it just chips away. This has to be taken off and new cement cleaned and then applied for this area with a crack here. Crack. Going all the way to the radius. And the piling itself needs to be repaired because that's rust that comes out of rebar that is penetrated on high tide here. So that has to be fixed too. That's pile number 3. I don't know if I have anything at the bottom here. At this piling you can see very clearly the sediment on the bottom. That white sediment is an indication of sand fill coming from the other side of the wall. This area is somebody done some attempt to repair right there. You can see it, and it's not really a real repair because the crack is still in there, but it's not bad. And we have this one at the bottom. This one is good. There's another crack here that needs to be gouged and filled. This one, somebody tried to fix it, and you can see the crack over here, and there's a new cracking over here. Again, it needs to be done properly. Underneath this one there's a lot of sediment, which means that the radiuses have to be redone because it's leaking from the radiuses. Again, another very long crack on the wall leading to the next pile. Not very bad here, but still a crack. All these cracks have to be gouged a little bit and filled. This is very interesting. I don't know what they used here, but this is not. Somebody tried to fill a crack here. Again, radius cracked, needs to be replaced, and the piling itself has a deep crack that has to be repaired. Another crack along the top footer, and again the radius you can see is already separating here. Probably need to be reapplied. Again, there's a crack here. Of course, a lot of the stuff you can't see because you have to clean it and pressure wash it, but right now we're doing just the radius and bottom, and then I'll do the top to show you. The white sand you're seeing is again sediment from the top side. Look at this. This is again, look at all the sea creatures that are hiding in there. This has to completely hollow, has to be broken and re-cemented properly. And we use a rust converter to stop the rusting of the rebar underneath. And again, the radius is completely cracked, so a new radius here. And longitudinal crack right here. Underneath the piling you can see the white sediment escaping through the seams. Again, a small longitudinal crack here. This is not terrible, but it will get worse. Again, there's another. See, this whole thing is completely cracked. It's useless. Look, I want to show you what's going on when you separate. You think you have a radius, but look what's going on here. Look at this. This has to be recontained and remade and put it back in place like Lego. But yeah, maybe not. But that's basically rebar rust over here, and it's got to be broken and done again. Again, this is a deep crack right here. It has to be sealed all the way. There's special material for that that does very good work. Okay, this is the last pile that connects your parents' property to the neighbors on the southeast of the property, and you can see that again the radius is all broken, and there's also a crack right here in the seawall. You can see, oh, the concrete is completely brittle where there's cracks like that. I'm going to now show you the top. On the other side of the property, there's an area. Okay, there's also this piling here. See that? That's a very lousy concrete work, unfortunately. I'm going to shoot the top ledge of the support strap here, and show you that this has to be. This is rebar. This whole corner has to be re-protected. Not very difficult. We have the specialties concrete for that, but put a few Topcon studs in there with some new rebar and just fix that whole top corner. There's another area. Yeah, it's similar condition right next to the ladder on the other side. I'm just going to keep on running the video. We'll go underneath. There's really a lot of sand underneath this one. Okay, this is the last. There's the ladder, so you know where we are. This is an area of about, say, 25 feet that needs to have the same thing done. See that? That's not good. That's the corner of the footer. This has to be resealed in here and all the way to the corner of the property on the northwest side. Has to be reinforced. Again here, this area has to be filled. On very high tides, this area will get water penetration, and that's why you get such severe rusting on it too. Because it gets oxidized after the salt water hits it. That's it. That's the end of the video. Hope that's going to give you a good indication on the condition of the seawall. It is definitely can use some TLC, but it structurally seemed to be a sound seawall. With a few minor repairs, it would, give you a good 10 years at least. Thank you. This survey was conducted by Simi Dive on the 4th of March 2011 in Boca Raton, Florida.